What is up, guys? Salad here, and you might notice something different about this video. So, for Christmas, I got a new microphone which is much better than my last. So from now on, my videos are going to have voice instead of text. So, also, next for Swipe, I'm going to record a survival series with my group. So, stay tuned for that. And now, let's get into the video. Today's base is a decently strong base intended for a group of 4 to 7 people. The base has a lot of storage and also has a shooting floor and is pretty hard to raid. Building this bad boy is going to cost you about 50,000 stone, 20,000 metal frags, and 100 high quality metal, not including doors, which may differ depending on how much of the base you make stone and metal and stuff. I actually used this base for a monthly wipe on an official server with a group of 5 to 6 people, with some people going on and off. We got online raided 3 times during the wipe, and the last time they kinda succeeded, we got loot back later. So yeah, the base is pretty strong. And now for the base tour. The base has 2 entrances, which, yeah, it explains itself. In here you have 2 dump chests where you can just put some loot if you just get in from a fight and you want to go out again. Just put it there and go out again. You can make how many of the doors armored as you want. It all depends on if you have the blueprint and how many much materials you got. This way it leads to the ladder hatch and the second exit. We'll go to that later. In here is towards the main loot room. This is where you have your workbench, and there's a secret box behind where you can store some pretty secret stuff. And as you can see, you can access both boxes. The one behind, which is for the stuff you don't want to lose during raid. On the floor here, you can put sleeping bags if you want, but it's not needed. In here you have your tool cupboard. You can see the upkeep cost. So yeah, in here, this is where you're going to store most of your loot. It has 16 boxes and 4 furnaces. You can store a lot of stuff in here, and it will take at least 10 C4 from any direction. Even more if you're going through doors. So, if you're raiding someone who has the space, I advise you to go through walls. That's what I'm gonna say. So, up here is the ladder hatch, which leads to the second floor. Up here you have a big room where you can put really whatever you want. There are 3 armored double doors. You can make them sheet metal if you want, which leads to some loot rooms with 4 boxes each. You can put anything you want in a room. I had boxes when I played with my group. Behind the research table, you have a small box where you can put stuff you want to research. Forgot to place storage stuff on all this building. Up here leads to the shooting floor, which, yeah, you have all your beds here. And going through the doors are going to lead to your main shooting parts, which consists of embrasures and double doors. You also have some 3 balconies with concrete barricades that are pretty good. Behind here, where there are no entrances, just make a bunch of embrasures and no double doors. These are mainly to deal with door campers. And yeah, let's get into the base build. Start by placing foundation like this. Make sure you put the 2 of the square foundations lower than the others. This is the foundations if you want to make this your starter base. But I wouldn't recommend that, so make another base first and then make this one when you make it, for example, a level 3 workbench or something. That's the entrance right there, and over here, that's where we put the tool cupboard later. Put a double door frame right there, and just upgrade everything to sheet metal or armor, depending on how many resources you have. And of course, put a roof on. Put salvage shelves towards the back in the holes in the ground where the families start lower, and put boxes on them. Also put a salvage shelf on the thing in the middle. And in total there will be 16 boxes in this room. This is going to be your main loot room. Put furnaces in the holes, and if you can fit them, put 2 small boxes in between as well. You can store your ores there, etc. In the small room here by the airlock, that's where you're going to put your workbench. And then here you put the tool cupboard. You can also put down a repair bench or a research table depending on what you need to know. You can actually store a secret box behind the workbench. If you place another not so secret box in front of it, you can actually access the one in the back, and it's almost completely invisible once you know it's there. So when you're gonna do the rest of the blueprint, make sure you put 2 squares out from where the other squares are, and then just fill in with triangles. Just don't put in the corners, just make it like 2 triangles down like that. Upgrade it to stone and make the ones towards the middle metal. Make a bunch of stores going in this direction over here. Don't put the entrance square, put it on this side. Just make it keep going so it exits on top of the square foundation. Over here you can put some dump chests if you want. Make sure you put the walls as half walls. Fill in the walls around if you want. And instead of filling in honeycomb, I recommend that you do quote-unquote layers. So yeah, if you have a bunch of plates or something, and yeah, you have enough stone, feel free to fill in the honeycomb if you want to. Yeah, they'll make it like 4 extra C4 to the center if they go through walls. Upgrade some of the door frames to sheet metal, which will make it harder to pickaxe through them. Rotate the ones in the 3-way triangle with all 3 are doors. This is to confuse raiders, so if they blow in, they might just start blowing towards the other exit instead of actually into the loot room. Over here you can put the drop boxes for the other entrance. I recommend making all of the outer walls stone to give the illusion that the base is pretty weak, but make all of the inner ones metal. This is just to underestimate, like for the raiders, us to underestimate the amount of explosives they need. Put the walls in the middle layer, but don't put them in the outer. And obviously make sure you cover up roofs above the airlocks, of course. Over here, instead of doing one door into the second floor center, make 3 doors. And or 1 sheet metal wall. Make sure you put some of the walls to low walls so that you can have floors going out of them instead of salvage shelf for some of the loot rooms later. You can slow down the video if you didn't see which ones I put as half walls. Do the same thing with the 3 doors to the other side for the ladder actually shooting for. Put a research table there, and you can put a small box behind it. You can put stuff into, for example, if you want research, or it's another secret box. It's pretty hard to see. Make sure you put floors all around and everything, and make sure you put a ladder hatch there. This is where you put some of your loot rooms. This is where you're going to store most of your unnecessary resources and some excess gear and stuff. You have a bunch of excess space in the rest of the room where you can put whatever you want. When I used this space with my group, we had just a bunch of boxes all over the floor. By the way, I forgot to do this earlier. Upgrade all the floors above the bottom floor loot room into armored, if you actually have the resources to do so. I would recommend it really heavily. Sorry about that. Make sure your floors are literally everything, and make the ones in the center into metal and the ones in stone. I forgot to do this earlier, but upgrade everything that isn't on the hardware layer into metal. On these parts, you can do two types of shooting thingies. You can have these with the double doors, which I recommend to put above your entrances, or just put embrasures. That's up to you. I put the ones with the embrasures on the side where there's not an entrance. They are really good for dealing with roof campers, and this also has changed my decision to make the exit door over here instead. And also drop boxes. Don't forget to put a front door on like I did. It's a space that's not on the main three shooting parts. You can either put embrasures or make like a balcony thingy with concrete barricades. In this room, I recommend you put your vents. This space is intended for a 4 to 7 man group. You can also have some small boxes where you can just store some guns and stuff, and gear, so that if you respawn, you can gear up quickly. You can have lockers if you want. I wouldn't recommend it. And here, as I said before, put down the concrete barricades, or low walls. The concrete barricades there to save upkeep. And don't forget to put the embrasures on, of course, and put the double doors. Well, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you remember to subscribe, and also remember to join my Discord server, link in the description. Well, I'm out. See you guys next time.
My name's Jeff.